Welcome to my Libras. I want to thank you for being here, and any likes, subscribes that you have for me, and shares. Reach out to me for some personal reading at High Priestess Healer 1111 at yahoo.com. Okay, and so we're gonna jump right in. Okay, into this reading here. I want to get a general theme of what's going on, some tarot, and then here we have a couple oracle cards we could utilize. A personal issue reaches a resolution. Full moon in Cancer. So emotions are coming together, things are coming together, emotions are becoming more collective and clear, so that there can be resolution, right? If you don't have clarity of mind and you don't have your emotions stabilized, you're not able to resolve things. So a personal issue, whatever that may be for you, you would know what that is, reaches a resolution. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. All right, let's see what pops out for my Libras. There you go. Thank you. We got the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. That sounds like a good one to have. Let's see where that one's at. Full moon, and it's in Capricorn. So things are starting to stabilize. You're feeling a little bit more secure in your own skin about your new ideas or perceptions you may be accepting and integrating. It says, how hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this comes up. If you're wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out the stops to make your professional dreams come true without being ruthless. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. Whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it more. So yeah, I want to emphasize that on that. If your personal life is troubled, prioritize it, and that's probably why the tough cycle is coming to an end, because you're putting in the effort, because it's saying you need to put in the effort. So if there's a cycle that's coming to an ending, it means you've put in the work. So I'm proud of you guys for that. Okay, but keep prioritizing the issue and hold your vision. Which is the next one down here. Okay, luck is on your side. Yeah, those are the first three, and then it ends there. Okay, so let's see what we got here with my Light Seers tarot deck. Clear for my Libras. All right, so yeah, wanting a new beginning, feeling more passion or motivation, and then on one end feeling tied up, lost in thought, looking for answers. And over here, sometimes you're in perfect harmony and union. It's with yourself and your creator, and coming up with creative ideas and solutions to your problems, to your making your dreams come true, to everything that you're thinking here in the Eight of Swords, where you're all tied up thinking about the future and the past and the present, and how I can fix this and how I can fix that, when really we just burn ourselves at both ends of the stick doing that by worrying. Okay, so channel messages that worrying gets you nowhere, and the only place it'll take you is a self-fulfilling prophecy. I always say that, even if I do it too, but I'm not. Every single morning I'm on my knees and I'm praying, surrendering to the divine, and just saying, take my fears, take my everything, take my burdens for peace, and help me to be more, have a more Christ-centered mind, and, be more calm and centered, you know, happy, joyful, grateful. So looks like you're pretty determined to do something. This is your Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords come rushing in. They got clarity. They know what to do. And so you're gonna, like it said, you needed a plan. So this is basically saying take action, right? Knights of Swords. That means there's something in movement. There's something changing. There's clarity being added, and your life is changing in some way for the good. Okay, you're starting to have some kind of motivation, some spark, or maybe that's just something you want. You know, that probably is what you want. Just because I'm seeing here this tower and it's upside down, and so there's some unfinished business you have with someone or something, even probably yourself, which is what it feels like. But by these cards here, I would say there's something that's needing to fall so it can end with the Lovers. So both both can move on to calmer waters. But I see a lot of, you know, indecision and grief and imbalance until finally you get to the place you want to be, the Sun and the Queen of Wands. So it's not far away. I don't know what your situation will be. Everybody's will be different. So that's just one scenario. Ten of Pentacles. So, you know, whatever happens in the end, you know, is good. You know, you had the Sun and you already have the Ten of Pentacles, granted at the bottom of the deck, but for me, those are very important. If you come here, you know that I channel a lot and I read a lot from the bottom of the deck. Okay, Four of Pentacles, more stability, loving yourself more, keeping your heart chakra open, starting to place your coins where, you know, you want them to be, right, towards a happy family. 10 on the bottom. Good. All right, let's see. Can we get anything out for the first 2 weeks? Wait, is it 2 weeks of May? Yeah, we're still in April. Okay. So this is, I forgot to tell you, this is for the first 2 weeks of May. So let's see what comes out for then. Remember to take what resonates only. Don't try to make it fit your story. And also, if it does resonate, you know, don't try and be in denial about it either, okay? It's saying you need to come up with a solution, right? And then put in the effort, and then that will help you to bring things to an end that need to end, right? At the end of a tough cycle. Then that's where you come out all, you know, victorious, and you get to be healed and shining and, you know, being blessed for the lesson. So you're there at the end, hold your vision, okay, of what you're trying to accomplish. I see a lot more stability, like I said. Emotions is what needs to be more stable. Okay, let me see. Let me focus on the cards here. Okay, good. Look at this. First day in May. You gain some kind of enlightenment. You're feeling some kind of joy. There must have been something that happened that changed your world, that's making you happy. How long does it last? I don't know. But it's here. It's this happiness in your chest, almost like maybe you got an answer to something that you didn't know before, and it's like, that's what I needed to know, or that's what I needed to happen. Or maybe your dreams finally came true. You held your vision, and, you know, maybe you were waiting for something to happen, and you put work and effort into it, and it's like, by golly, it's either happening, or you're in the mood like, you know what? Nothing's going to bring me down. I'm going to be happy no matter what. I'm going to make the sun shine in my life and feel it every day, because I decide my happiness, and I decide if I'm at peace. Now let's see what's really going on, okay? Because that's just one card. I mean, we can speculate about one card all day, right? Well, it's like taking the Bible, you know, out of the different verses of the Bible, you know, just gets taken out of context. So right here, Oh yeah, by the way, 19 or 10 might be important to you numbers. Also 10 also means, you know, end of a cycle, right? Lessons learned, and results. So now your life should be different than it was before because you learned a lesson, okay? And you're in transition to a new type of lifestyle, okay? And the outcome should be what you want it to be, the emotion. So maybe the sun is shedding light on something that was in the darkness before. See, because the moon is darker and the sun is bright. So, you know, whatever emotions you had that you needed to have come to the surface to deal with are coming up, and you're realizing you have to deal with them, and you have to decide, you know, which part of you it really is you. Ego from soul, you know, what wolf you're going to feed. You see there's two wolves in here. There's a black one, there's a white one. I know good and evil need to exist. Opposition needs to exist for growth, etc. And learning. But, you know, when it comes to emotions, we need to try and keep them balanced so that they're not destructive, you know, so that they can uplift a person. So this could have to do with the subconscious. It could be something you're scared of. With the sun next to it, I don't feel like it could be fear, although I feel fear, but that's not necessarily meaning that that's what it is. For some people, like, they want to shine the light on something. They want to know something that's not known, that they need to get something, okay? Something that's you're holding the vision for, okay? Whatever that dream is, you know? And it's a fixed moon. There's some mountains there. So that's why they're saying hold your vision, because, you know, you're going to need strength to hold something sometimes, you know, for a long time. So I don't know how long you've been holding on to a vision for a dream or something to happen, or whatever, but it's saying to hold it. And kind of feels like you need strength. I feel a little bit of like tension and little like heaviness, but and that's how I knew I started to channel earlier, because I felt it when I was laying down. I wasn't feeling it at first. I mean, I feel my own tension and overwhelm, but it was different. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to channel. I was picking up on this energy from you. So it looks like some of you are deciding that you're going in a different direction, or that somebody else is deciding they're going in a different direction. There's planning that either needs to take place or is taking place. Here's the 10 of Wands. They're like, I've had it. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, I told you, the overwhelm. This is exactly it. The 10 of Wands. I have to go. So whether this is you or them, it's like somebody's like, you know, that I knew that was this feeling, and I didn't want to say anything, but it's like I'm drowning. That's what I saw when I saw her. And it wasn't a good feeling. She looks like she's drowning. But I don't think she can drown. It looks like she's a mermaid, but I've actually never really noticed. So someone is looking out with their 2 of Wands, you know, which way they want to go. That's going to suit them right now that they've gone through this illumination, or this new knowledge. So what are you gonna do with it? It's gonna take you to a better place. So you're going from good to better, or better to great. But this feels like just good to better, you know. It looks like, you know, I'm just leaving just to leave my load down. Either that or get some help. She has all her luggage except what she's holding on top of this yak, and he's carrying it for her. So she's laying it down and trying to fill out. He or she, right? You are wanting to feel. You're starting to feel less of the burden, okay? Because of some happiness that came your way, some knowledge that came your way. Maybe because you're the one who left a relationship and you feel better. I don't know. It could be either side, like I said. So take it how that resonates. If this is you, then it just means that, you know, you're going in a different direction than you were. You're tired of feeling the way you were feeling, regardless of why you were feeling that way. I don't know why you were feeling that way. I couldn't tell you. It may have been your own self-imposed, you know, misery. So if that's the case and you're just carrying a load that you shouldn't, or you're not comparting a load that you should, you know, delegating, when you need delegating, you're gonna get, I'm feeling like burning both like ends of a candlestick, you know. But I'm feeling now that this card came out, like you're gonna be leaving down some kind of load. And look, 9 of Cups. Now you feel amazing. And you're feeling so much love and joy. And look, the sun is so bright in the background, just like this one. Both jumping for joy. So there's a little bit of time here where you're waiting, where you're thinking, where you're planning. Someone's going, or you're moving, or they're moving. But, you know, in the end, you've got you feel liberated. You feel like self-fulfilled. You know, maybe you're not happy with the situation, or them, vice versa. But you in particular are feeling happy with yourself. You know your value. You know your worth. And you're not going to let anybody take your joy away from you. Okay, so your faith has got to be pretty strong here. It feels like it's pretty strong. And then, you know, it looks like you're just jumping and jumping and jumping for joy. You're having joy in your life. I mean, you know, it could be, you know, someone, you or someone in your life is going in a different way emotionally, right? Becoming more emotionally stable and leaving behind emotional baggage, right? That would definitely make you feel like jumping for joy, right? Because you would feel joy. You wouldn't feel fear and pain or whatever you feel with that emotional baggage, right? So it does look like it has a lot to do with emotions, especially with the moon. And it being a water sign here, and just the feeling that I get in general. But let's see. Yeah, you're like the man on fire or the woman on fire. You've got your passion back. You got your love back. You got your strength back, your faith back. The lion's behind you. You're holding a torch. You're being a light. You're being a leader. You're not letting anything hold you back is what I'm seeing here. Look, jump, jump, jump. You are following your destiny and your path and your heart. And that's what I keep telling everybody else to do. So there is a gecko on his shirt, and didn't even realize it till right now. So there might be some things within you that are perhaps camouflage, which means that you may not know they're there. So I suggest to you that you take some of that courage, some of that fire, and use it to look within and find something there that needs to be extracted, that can say, you know, I feel now I'm going from better to great to best. You know, you're starting to feel better, look better. You're doing something different that's making you feel and look better all around. And with the sun here, because of leaving down some emotional baggage, okay, it has to be the worry and fear that I saw in this card, because the moon signifies fear also. Fear of the unknown, fear of the uncertain, right? Fear of what, you know, direction I should go in. What should I do, you know? That's what that Two of Wands is, right? And you come up with the conclusion that you can't do anything on your own, and you've done all you can do, and you're just gonna leave it at that, right? Because all we're asked for to do is that we do our very best. And you're like, okay, well, if I've done my best, I'm not going to let anything else stress me out because I've done my best, right? So, and it looks like it's paid off for you because there's an end of a tough cycle. The sun's coming in. You're working through your fears. You're letting down your baggage. Looks like you're starting to put into practice things that were always there in your consciousness. Like it was in your subconscious and then your consciousness. And now I feel like you're integrating these things because of these burns that you're feeling, like these times that don't feel good, that feel uncertain. And I see healing taking place. So, and then I like that it's underneath the sun, you know. And then there's a judgment. Oh, let me show you the card. It's a 4 of Swords. Okay, it's 4 swords. So we know swords is the air, Libra, Gemini, and who's the other one? Aquarius. So then we got Judgment. So this is number 20. So this is like a total rebirth. I really love what I'm seeing. So you gave up this emotional baggage that was holding you down and back away from your happiest and being the best you can. And here you are, you know, healing. And this is where you release. This is the big release that you were. So you were trying to go in that direction. And now I see now to let go of this baggage. And I just feel a lot of feelings of liberation, of making some kind of a decision possibly that you didn't know what to do with since it's under the moon. So you may have been thinking of some kind of, you know, answer that you needed to come up with, and you've come up with it with this Judgment card. It's kind of looks like the same, but different. I don't know. Look at these two together. See if you see anything. I think she or he or you is giving up your fear of the uncertainty and the unknown, the need to know why, the one that made you feel like you were drowning and you were kept you in fear, possibly for some. So, yeah, there was some knowledge brought to you. Again, this is the integration part I was talking about. Here you made the decision, you gave something up, and now that you feel more, you know, focused because you've gotten rid of the burdens, you know, that you were carrying and that you possibly were going on through your mind, you know. You have the Ace of Swords. So now you're having some kind of a victory. So this, it could be a victory. It also could be, you know, you're thinking deeply about something, very, very deeply. See how deep that light is coming from, like way downward spiral. It could definitely be one of those aha moments where you get something, right? And maybe you realize something. You tell me what you realize with this card. What we realize is that we do need to move to calmer waters. There is something wrong that, you know, I need to address with myself or with another, that, you know, that's going to help us get through these hard times, you know, because there's ups and there's downs, and I see the sun, and then I see the moon, and then I see the sun, and then I see it's dark, and then I see the sun, and then dusk. And then I see, you know, healing and integrating and rebirth and a lot of emotions here that are trying to, let's just put it this way, this year for you is going to be more about alignment than anything, okay? Or keeping yourself aligned and being consistent with things so that you can get the results that you want, okay? Because right now there's something that's keeping you from being in a place of stability or feeling safe, okay? So you might want to look at some issues that have to do with feeling like lonely or abandoned. There might be somebody in your life that, or you might be you that is misusing their authority. I'm only saying that because it's a king and it's upside down. A real king wouldn't behave this way, but so, or maybe it's just right now, you know, you're down on this. Part of this is that you're down on your quote unquote luck because it's Pentacles, you know, so maybe you're with the King of Pentacles upside down and the Five of Pentacles. To me, that would mean some kind of like bankruptcy, okay, or scarcity or lack of money. So you could be having a lot of worries or fears over that because of these two cards. Besides, it could mean being detached from, obviously, you know, feeling sad and grief and loss over something that you left behind or somebody that left you behind. And it looks like, yeah, it's here on the bottom of the deck. Ten of Swords. You see the lady is walking away. Because could be you, so it could be male or female. It could be them, male or female. And it's either you or them. You've just had enough, and you just can't take anymore. There's too much pain and whatever comes with the swords, right? The normal one is the 10 swords in the back. This one's a lot more lovelier. It's like, this is over, and I'm walking away. So that's somebody. I don't really like to give bad news, but there's that. Clear. Let's see what we got for confirmations for these. Yeah, there's a Lover and Temperance. So everything is happening in divine time. Okay, divine timing. And patience is needed, and good equilibrium when it comes to your emotions, and bridling your passions, I would say, also there with that card. But I do see some good times right here with this Three of Cups, either that or there's a third party. But since we're talking about this about beginning of May, I would say it's, you know, rejoicing and having fun, and it looks to me like there's more love. It feels like to me there's more love, there's more going out, hanging out, like lightheartedness, you know what I mean? Joking around, stuff like that, yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, Eight of Swords right here. So yeah, self-imposed prison in your mind again. Just you know, have questions or just pain or something you're constantly thinking about, needing answers for, and just so you know, the answers do come, and very profoundly. There's no if, ands, or buts about whatever this answer is to the things you're thinking about. So if your answer is questionable, then you wait to move forward until there, you know, is there's no room for question, okay? Because when we get signs from the other side, they pretty much come loud and clear. And if they don't, you know, this is a good place to be, because we talk about how we can develop our gifts, okay, so that we can get our own personal messages for ourselves, okay. And I just want to be thankful to the Divine Spirit, through the Holy Ghost that's able to help me to channel messages for you, and your guides, my guides, your higher self, mine, for being here and to get these messages that you need out, to confirm these cards that could have multiple meanings here. But I would like to see in the extended what happens, because, you know, I mean, I can see that there's some kind of breakdown, breakup, transition, sudden changes, movement, something that's uncomfortable. Something's changing though. Okay, number 5, change. Yeah, there's like someone who's got like is in two of minds, right? Like not sure about this, or sure like this, or like this, and they're just, you know, meditating with the blindfold, like not sure what to do. But yeah, I guess this Sun card for the beginning of next month is because you're working well with the partnership, with your partner, or in a partnership if it's a business. But there's starting to be more cooperation is what I hear. Cooperation. And I don't know, it feels like money related too. Something to do with money or a loan. Maybe that's why the Sun's there. You know, maybe you were trying to get a loan and you get one. You know, there's pentacles. There's 3 of them. Or maybe you're just starting to feel God more. You're starting to feel His love. You're coming to Him more, and you're feeling like the sun. That's the best way you can describe the love that you feel from Spirit. Okay, so for the moon, yeah, for the moon, that's what we have. We have Ace of Cups, you know, the card of uncertainty and fear, subconscious, emotions, just the unknown of something to do with love, right? So love's on the brain. That's what I should title this. Love's on the brain. Of course, if I can remember it. 32 minutes. Love is on the brain, and for a good reason, because there's a lot of love there. Look, it's not like Page of Cups. I saw a Page of Cups on the bottom. I was like, okay, that's a little bit of love, you know. I don't think anybody, you know, wants a little bit of love. They want it all, right? They want to make sure that's enough for you and enough for them, and that it's a constant flow. So that's why I said you need this year for you is going to be about alignment, because if you can't be aligned, then you can't have that continuous flow of love to give to the people who need you and to yourself, okay? You'll be stressed, depressed, overloaded, and sick, okay? So let's not go there. All right, so for your 2 of Wands, I get a 10 of Swords, so you're feeling betrayed, hurt, in pain, regret, loss, grief, like any negative feeling that you could feel. Like something is over, and it looks like, you know, you're going to a new direction. You or them, someone is saying, or it's a feeling, you know, whether it's 3D or not, it's a feeling, you know. Like I said, someone's in 2 minds, so someone is like thinking that with the 2 of Wands, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? I know I don't want it. I've got to lay this down. So there's not only one thing ending in your life. There's several negative things ending in your life, because there's two tens and they're right next to each other. And that's why I said, like, this is no ordinary reading. That's what I should name it too. I already forgot the other one. This is no ordinary reading. Yeah, I'll get some pretty cool readings sometimes here. But let's see. You know, and then it makes sense to me that so much that the two tens would be there, and 3, because the sun, if you count the 9 plus 1 is 10. Why this judgment would be here, because this is a total rebirth after healing, but not until you decide to let things down and leave it to the divine and trust in the divine, you know, and he brings you self-fulfillment. It's right there, but it's, you have to lay down the load. You have to lay down the burdens. You have to decide that even if you feel pain or someone has betrayed you, hurt you, lost, regardless of what's going on around you. And that's going to bring you to a lot of great ideas, a lot of energetic, almost feeling like a new life, you know, so you're starting to heal and, you know, become more of a king of wands than you are like a knight or a page right now. You're feeling more self-assured, more feeling better, just because you have released, you know, a big burden. And so it's like, okay, good. Now what I want to do with my time, that I don't have to carry all of those 10 of wands. I'm going to need to sleep. I'm going to need to think about my next move and where I'm going to go. So while you're there thinking, while you're there meditating, you're having this major transformation, and you come out so victorious and knowing yourself in a deeper level than you ever have, and and knowing that you have a different path. Okay, so you will know what your path is. Okay, you'll know what your purpose is. What path is that? It's not the one that brings you pain and hurt and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's going to be something that uplifts you, that you love to do. So get out that list if you have one. If not, make one. What makes you happy? What things are you passionate about? And then start doing them. You know, you need an accountability partner, get one. If you're ever feeling happy or sad, you know, be cognizant of it, and then find the root cause. Like, oh, why am I so happy? Ooh, I need to remember to do more of that. Or why am I so sad? I don't even want to get out of bed. You know, oh, yeah, it's because of this or that. You know, and make sure to do or not to do the things that you should or shouldn't, so to keep you, you know, in the best position to be happy and healthy, active, having fun. So yeah, this is a big victory for you. Obviously, it's something you've been holding on to for a long time, and it's like your vision. Your vision, that's what it is. So you're victorious about whatever it is that you were having this vision about. In the beginning, you were told to hold some vision. You needed a lot of strength, but that the end of a tough cycle was approaching. So this is something you're going through that's very, very tough. But luck is on your side, okay? So don't forget that, okay? Remember the tough cycle's ending. Remember that well, I said love, I didn't mean to, but hey, maybe I did. Love's on your side, luck's on your side. I know this looks really bad, but there's got to be a good ending. This is a victory, though, that you were able to let down that load, right? Because until you put down those 10 of wands and you became liberated, and this shows that you liberated, it shows that you had victory with the 6 of wands. There you go. Now you're 9 of cups. You're loving yourself now, okay? Because you can't pour love out of an empty cup. Remember, we talked about that. So you're feeling self-fulfilled. You're starting to work on yourself. You're starting to make yourself happy, plan for things that make you happy, and do those things, you know. And perhaps if it's with somebody that you're trying to, you know, keep the love going with, it looks like there would be success here, because I see the Sun and that Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and I think with this love that's shining through in the beginning of May is what's helping you both heal. Because if, yeah. And so see here, now you're at Nine of Cups and self-fulfilled. So without being and feeling fulfilled, you don't have all you need to manifest what you want. You're going to have to keep holding and holding and holding instead of letting things go. But you let things go, and so now you're able to manifest what you want, okay? Because now you get go of the baggage, right? So here you are as the Magician, and the money's not, you know, going to be a problem. So stay out of the scarcity mode. When it said luck is on your side, I thought money too. So I don't know from where, but I feel like it is possible that money could come your way. I could use a Kepler deck to find out too. But it did feel like it would be coming towards you. And although at the time we have seen the scarcity of it with this King of Pentacles upside down and the Five of Pentacles. But just remember that you are the key to your happiness, right? I always tell you guys that the key's right there. You can unlock this door anytime you want to move forward. You don't have to sit there in grief and agony and pain. Okay, so we have to feel pain. That's part of life, but you know, how long we want to be there is up to us. So as long as you're working on it, you're doing good. And take your time healing, but definitely don't sit and just be sad or feel angry or hurt or pain or grief or regret or whatever, you know. Open up expand your mind, you know, why am I feeling this way? Now let's get to the root cause and get rid of that so we can have more sunshine days, more fun days, more energetic days, you know. All right, so let's see. Yeah, you also might be getting good news with this Page of Wands. This was supposed to be for Page of Wands. Let me see if it is. If not, I'll give them to 3 cards, because usually they give me, I don't know, they're saying 3 cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. So it looks like you are getting a message, okay? Very important message. Let's see. Could be about business, could be about leadership. It's showing that you're very independent now, which, you know, makes sense. 9 of Cups, self-fulfilled, right? So you're independent, you know, at the moment. You could be a Libra or air sign with this Queen of Swords. I do see a lot of swords, a lot of air element here. Okay, but the good thing is not only do I see swords, I see a lot of cups now. Okay, so the second week, the first week is difficult, but the second, the beginning is good. There's a few bumps in the road, and then it becomes pretty amazing, and then I don't know after that. We'll have to see. There's ups and downs, kind of like life is, you know, so just kind of go with the ebbs and flows. And I guess the theme of all the messages I've been giving on the different spreads is just to go with the flow. Don't resist, and what I decided to say today was big happy changes are coming to me. And I know that they are, right? And yeah, I've possibly written them down and know what they are. And maybe I couldn't even tell you them, but I know they're coming. And so I just say big happy changes are coming towards me. And with that, you know, you leave room for the universe to bring it to you and maybe even give you better than you thought, you know. And it gives you a chance to not worry about things if you're just like, big happy changes are coming. We understand that with change comes a little pain, okay, but that you're stronger than you think you are. I do see a seven of swords, so this could be somebody who's deceptive or deceitful. I hope that's not you. Someone who's thievery, it says here. That one says bad luck, espionage, obstacles, betrayal. So maybe maybe you're this King of Wands and you feel like someone has betrayed you. That's just a confirmation. Or maybe you're betraying somebody. Either way, you're this person healing, and you have this 10 of Cups, okay? So you're healing, you've got this 10 of Cups, you've gone through this rebirth. Whatever happens, like, your spread is good. You always get the Sun and the 10 of Cups, and so, yeah, it's looking great, actually, to me. Here you got your perfect timing, right? As soon as you make that decision, whatever it is, that's when destiny happens. That's when things change. That's when you figure out the answer of getting out of the cold, of feeling detached, or feeling lonely, or of, you know, scarcity thinking of money, which starts to give you good luck. Or maybe you're thinking of ways to make money or gain money, and, you know, you come out of the cold from that with the Sun, you know, in the spread. It looks like, you know, you've given up on, you know, anything that has to do with the opposite meaning. This would be manipulating or having to win at any cost, or, you know, just using your words to hurt people. And it's upside down now. So if someone was doing that to you, or you were doing that to someone, now that is something that is not prevalent in your life. You're leaving that way of being behind, or that person behind, because somebody was being that way. So those are two possible things. You know, you could have been, you know, a mutual thing. And so I guess right here you haven't reached King of Pentacles yet, because, yeah, you're still waiting on something, okay? So I would say the answer is to stop waiting, okay? Stop waiting. There's no need to wait for anything or anybody, okay? Make sure that you're constantly doing the things that make you happy, okay? And it shouldn't be at the expense of waiting for somebody. So Ace of Wands, I think this is more like a good tower, if you've ever heard of that. Because whatever it is, it comes down with the bang, but it's going to be just what you needed to have a new start, a new beginning, a new passionate beginning with something or somebody, okay? Either you or somebody that you were thinking of, or somebody that you were dealing with, that felt, you know, that you had your hands tied and you didn't know what to do. That was the one that, you know, you felt betrayed by, perhaps. and it looks like love comes into the situation in the way that it does, and to this, to either someone is bringing you a solid offer, or you're bringing one to somebody, or you're coming to an agreement or compromise. But finally, something is coming together. Okay, but not until there was some enlightenment and decision making, and then, you know, some changes, and, you know, a little bit of uncomfortable growth. So be ready for the ups and downs, okay? But I see a lot of love here, and I see like an apology. I feel like this is an apology for something that may bring in more of the love, or it just may be enough to just reconcile and move on. Couldn't tell you at this moment in time, but if you would like to come to the extended, we can find out. That would be really good to know. Let me see. All right, we got a few more minutes here. I want to talk about this one. This is from the Work Your Light Oracle cards, so they're oracles. Leap, yeah, you go first. Like I said, you know, the universe will catch you. So have faith, hold your vision, leap into it, put your all into it, lean into it, because you make stuff happen, but you got to use all your strength. You got to put in the effort, like the card said. You're already doing it. But there's more effort to be had because it was upside down. Okay, deep replenishment. You're not replenishing yourself. You need to put more into yourself. Okay, in some way. You will know what that is, whether you feel lack in your spiritual or your financial, mental, emotional, whichever area. But seek balance. And just make sure that you have, you know, a well-rounded, like, well-being. So you bring, you know, your best self to the table, just as you would want your partner to. That Queen of Swords also could be you cutting somebody off, because after you become this Nine of Cups and Magician, there is a Queen of Swords over the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, like I said, could be a message. You know, you're energetic, you're more social, so I mean, it could be somebody coming into, you'll cut somebody off probably. All right, too many want to come out there. We'll take that one. Or those. Oh my goodness. Flew over here. Yeah. What is it? Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay, so you're going to be part of creating heaven on earth. That is an amazing, amazing, beautiful way to put it. So now you know you're here to help create heaven on earth. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So for those of you who haven't had hope, now you know heaven on earth is happening, and you're making it happen by making yourself happy. You're making your own heaven, and while everybody else making their own heaven and having their own Christ consciousness, we build this heaven on earth. We help build. And then in Rama, it says, where are you being called to journey to? So they're saying that they're calling you to do something. There's a calling for you. And that's why you probably sometimes you're going through this deep rebirth because you're being prepared to do something, right? Because it's saying where you're being called to. He's here, he's you, but the person in this picture says he's going somewhere. You see, he's looking, he's out there. He's like, I feel it, I see it. I'm walking around, I'm looking for it, I'm, open to it, I'm listening for it, I'm praying to, the spirit guides and God. He's got his arms, out, and very spiritual card here. So I urge you to look within and see where you're being called to journey to. I'm going to read that card. I've never read that card. I've actually never even seen that card. There's a lot of cards I haven't seen, but I'm just feeling called to read that one. And you got the Lemurian one too, yeah? Nice. Let's see, 98. Ooh, okay, let's see. Where are you being called to journey? The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pull this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or are already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is to journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage isn't possible, journey through the portal of your heart, follow the invisible soul trail, and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about the sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. That's what, like I told you, something is really just becoming very deep because it's rebirth. It says, hold the card on your heart and say, repeat after me, may seeds of light long ago planted begin to rise. I am ready to remember ancient secrets from lands that my soul knows from times past. I am held by the ancient lineage that my soul has served and remembered, that I don't have to do it all alone. Wow, that is a beautiful card. I'm so glad I read that. Just for that, we're going to read the other one. Oh, it was beautiful. I love that card. All right, this one, 114. And I'm going to leave you with this. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I've gotten both of these before. Okay. Creating heaven on earth is happening. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of the earth's lost lands, where heaven really was a place on earth. A time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us, and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition. team who at soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs of the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. See, that's the second time they say hold your vision. So we're holding the clear vision for harmony and peace and heaven on earth. Okay, that's what they're telling you. You're called, you have a big purpose, and you're going to help with this transition. Okay. The vision of the future, it's closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Libra in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you're doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves, which is the confirmation of what I said. Work your light transmission. Hold the card on your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Wow. I think that's like the best one I've done. The most beautiful, the most... It's like I could tell that you just wanted to know your purpose and that you felt it, and then all the cards came out talking about it. This one talked about your holding your vision and just you being a big part of this transition from heaven to earth. Okay, but first having to give to yourself and rid things that are holding you down or back. Okay, so. You have the strength, you have the tools, you have the love, so you are amazing, okay? Remember that. You are amazing. All right, my Libras, I love you very much. Thank you for being here, and namaste.